Hello everyone. In the past, I have always shared videos about real estate, or I most of the time shared actually social media posts about my listings, maybe my achievements, and all that kind of stuff. But today I have a different purpose to make this video. Now, we all know that there are a lot of people that are quite struggling, and 2023 was a very challenging year for lots of us. And you know what? I thought I'm just going to make a video about it as well, just because it was a very challenging year for me as well. And sometimes, we think that everything is going great in other people's life, and we just don't get to know what exactly is going through their life or their mind. What are they struggling with? What are their struggles? So I thought, I'm just going to take that step a little further to show everybody that, don't feel alone. If you ever need help with any of this stuff, you can always give me a call as well. But at the end of the day, sometimes we let things happen around us or let them get into our mind or head that they start creating so much stress for us. So there could be any reason. And I have met some families where they are struggling just because their kids are sick, or somebody in their family or loved one is sick, and a loved one passed away, those kind of things. But in 2023, I have met some families where they feel like the financial stress is quite basically, killing them. There's just so much burden that everybody's trying to deal with. And then at the same time, we always also run into people that, we prioritize them in our life. We prioritize things in our life that also create stress for us. So 2023 year was a quite challenging year for me as well. And there were times where I felt quite low, just because I thought I was trying to get out of stress, and I was trying to deal with the problems, and for some odd reason, I kept on running into more problems. Just as most of you know that, it's not my personality to create problems in other people's lives. I felt like that, life basically threw stuff at me that I just didn't know how to deal with. So things were not that easy, and I was trying to deal with them, but at the same time felt like that I was digging a bigger hole every time I was trying to get out of that hole. And I have so much gratitude towards all those people that are part of my life that actually helped me get out of the things that were bothering me. I'm so blessed to have such an amazing family, including my parents, my wife, my kids. And at the same time, I'm really blessed to have some amazing friends that, I don't even know that my friends are still in touch with me even from my high school. And whenever I see them, it gives me more happiness as well. It brings happiness into my life. So what I wanted to share with you is that, yes, things don't seem quite simple at times. We just want to get over things. So the purpose of this video for you is as well that, the new year is coming. 2023 was not a great year, and believe me, I'm probably one of those who is just like, hey, move on. Let's get into 2024. So I took some steps, and I hope actually that helps you as well, where, it seems like it's impossible to get out of the vicious cycle of creating that stress and facing those problems that are just part of our life. And trying to move on, and every time you try to do that, there's something else. And we always feel like that, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening only to me, where other people are happy and laughing and all that? And I was feeling the same way this year. And there were some issues that, again, as I mentioned, that, I don't create issues in anybody's life, but life brought them to me. They were there. I had to face them. It was not easy. And just every time I was trying to deal with them, I made even some mistakes. So it was just not that easy. So I would just want you to know that there are ways out. And if you think that I can help you with anything, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you with and dealing with any of this stuff. So I took some steps just to make sure that I get out of this stuff. And so I started actually, the first thing I started doing was actually taking one day at a time. Now, it was very difficult in the beginning because my business needs planning. I have to always plan ahead what to do, when to do it, and all that. And it also always needs quite a bit of time as well. So, but at the same time, I had to separate my personal life. And in my personal life, I started taking things one day at a time, just to simplify things. So I don't overthink about other stuff, what's going on, and try to minimize the damage that it was. Whenever I was thinking about long term, I was always overthinking and causing more stress. So that was one of the things. And the second thing that I looked at was actually stop chasing answers. So it was quite difficult. Like, in our life, so many things go on that go wrong, and we try to fix them. And we're trying to look for answers, like what really happened here? Why did this happen to me? And why is it happening in my life? Why I'm facing so many problems? So the issue is that we are not going to get some of those answers at all. So the more you think about those questions, you're stressing yourself more, and that causes more problems. So at some point, I decided that, I'm not going to think too much about those questions. I need to just get over them. Whether I could get answers for them or not, I just decided, no, I'm not going to be chasing any answers. And I hope that helps you as well. The third thing that came into my mind was actually, even from my past experience, I have learned that letting things go is actually helps you ease the pain or stress that you're feeling. So sometimes we do actually run into people in our lives, or where we feel like, why did he this did to me, or why did he did that to me, or anything like that. So we try to hold that in our head. And the more you think about it, the more it starts to bother you. But at some point when you feel like, okay, I'm just going to let it go, I'm not going to think too much about it, and forgive those people in your head, and you're like, okay, you know what, let's just move on. We don't need any of that. Don't waste your energy or time thinking about like why this person did this to you. Just let things go. It'll ease your pain. And then the fourth thing was, for me, is showing gratitude. And gratitude was about everybody who's part of my life. And you know what, I am so actually amazed to have such a amazing family. I mean, including my parents, my wife, my kids. But at the same time, I have been really lucky to have a huge circle of friends that are just amazing people. And those were the ones who really helped me actually by talking to me about getting things done and getting over things. And my heart is filled with gratitude towards them. And you know what, we all create our environment. So whenever my friends need help, and I'm always there for them, and I will always be there for them. And that's exactly what they did for me as well. Whenever I was feeling down, they were there to help me. That they knew that I'm not being myself, and I was struggling. So they supported me with everything, and my heart is filled with gratitude, and I show it to them all the time. So they know all that as well. And then the fifth thing was actually that I learned, even though we always think that we're quite resilient. Like, most of the people that know me, they know I'm mentally very strong, and I can deal with a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, we are human beings. We have emotions, and sometimes those emotions actually get caught into things that, we shouldn't have, to begin with, we shouldn't have let those things be part of our life. And then if, like, I mean, again, you know, your personality is there, it'll drive you as well, like what to do, what not to do. But at the same time, when you are dealing with any of that stuff, if you are getting into it, just be careful. First of all, be more resilient. You don't need to let anybody actually come and take away your peace of mind by doing things or by saying things to you. You need to also be more resilient by protecting yourself and preparing yourself if you feel like there is something going on. So I personally feel like about everything, like, I mean, you could take more steps. Look, you could focus on your focus. You could do like physical activity to get out of all this stuff. But what my purpose of this video is that, you know, if there is anything that I can help you with, I really don't want you to carry anything into 2024. So let's just get over 2023, whatever happened, and read books, as many as you can, and focus again on life. And you know what? There are things that can't be fixed. So we need to just process that in our head and say, you know what, this can't be fixed. I'm just going to have to work with it the way it is what it is. And making those things just part of our life and just working with them, and it'll help you as well. So I don't want you to carry any stress or any pain into 2024. And at the same time, I really want to wish you an amazing year in 2024. I hope you're very successful, and I hope it brings you happiness and closeness to your family and everybody that you love. So I hope everything goes well for you in 2024, and I wish everybody that is watching this video that for them and their family, a great year in 2024. Thank you.